Hi, welcome back. Another tutorial. Tonight, well, today, tonight, whatever. I'm going to make this lovely little box using Santa's workshop suite again. And it's a box that holds a 4-pack of Ferrero Rochers. Cute. What I've done is cut out a window section and stuck some acetate in. Finished off with a lovely green twine from the same suite, using embellishments from the DSP and the Memories and More cards. So, all we need is one piece of A4 paper. Now, give me a second till I open this one and take out the Ferrero Rochers because I only have one packet. Come on, out you come. Right. So, this is a wee packet of Ferrero Rochers, so we'll just set them to the side. Right, now what you want to do is you get the piece of cardstock. Now I've chosen Poppy Parade. It's a really lovely red, very Christmassy. And look how much you get in a pack. Really good paper. So, put that to the side somewhere. I've not got no room. Hang on, I'll put it up there. Oh, pardon me. So, what we're going to do is make sure the longest part's at the top. We're going to do some scoring. Now, this box is going to open at both ends. And just makes it a little bit fancier. So, make sure you're cutting blades out the road, because we don't want to cut, we want to score. So, first score line, we're going to do 1/2 inch, 2.5 inches, 8.5 inches, and 10.5. Now, basically, that's just 1/2 inch plus 2.5 inch on each end, basically. But I'm just doing it from left to right rather than turning it around. So let's make sure this is straight. Yep. So scored at 1/2 like that. Score 2.5. Helps if I've got my board correct. 8.5 and 10.5. Like so. Now what you want to do is take that up to 11 and trim off the end, because the paper only needs to be 10.5 inches in width. So you can see there's score line. So that's 4 score lines in one cut. You rotate it so that the shorter side is at the top, and we're going to score, this is easier. Move my blade out the road. We're going to score it 2, because it's a 2-inch by 6-inch box. 4, 6, and then 8.25. Now, I would normally give 1/2 inch for a glue tabbing area, but I don't want to use a bit of 12 by 12. So if you're happy with just 1/4 inch for the, what do you call it? Let me see. Turn it round, sorry. I've got to put it opposite to do the last 1/4 inch score line. It still sticks, still plenty of room, so I mean, it's not all bad. Like so. Don't know if you can see that. That's the glue section here. So put that to the side, and we are going to bone fold it. So let me get my big arm in there. My bone folder out of my envelope punch board. Let's do this quickly. So glad it's Friday tomorrow. I'm absolutely shattered this week, but can't seem to sleep, which is complete opposite of what you would think. Now, there's no way of rushing this, I'm afraid. You just got to make sure it's all lined up properly, or you're just going to waste your paper. Right, now this last 1/4 of an inch one is the trickiest, but as long as the middle section's good, the other bits are being cut off. Right, so now what I'll do is I will take a little photo of my little diagram and I'll try and put that up in my blog as well. So it's always good to have a visual that's not a screenshot or what have you. Right, now, glue section, well, the smallest section at the top, if you work with it that way, it makes it a wee bit better. So, what we're going to do is cut up the 2 middle score lines here, and then we're going to turn it and cut this whole section off. Now, you'll see what I mean when it starts coming together. The first time I done it the wrong way round, so I had to change my diagram. So if I muck it up halfway through, I am sorry. Right, so we'll have this. Then we're going to take off the smallest rectangle bits. Oh my god, I've got such blooming shaky hands. Hang on, I need 2 hands. Is it even recording? Yeah, it is, thank God. God, memory's so bad. I thought I was talking to myself there. Alright, so it's coming together a little. So the next is both sides, cut up the score lines. Like so. And like so. Right, and what we're going to do is, this is the side, this section's the base, this bit is the top. So we're going to use these bits to show you what I mean. So that's the base like so. We're going to cut out the window here, and we want these flaps folding down to tuck in. So that's these 2 here. So these ones are going to be the flaps, so we need to cut the flaps in half. So I'll just push them in just now like that. Now, it doesn't need to be exactly in half, but nice and neat. Oh, this looks better. Ta-da. Ta-da. Right, so it's coming together good. Now, let me see, and I shall show you. So it's going to be stuck like this. Can you see that all right? And then this bit is going to tuck in there. It's a lovely wee box. So, first things first, what I would do is, obviously the way I've folded it, this is the inside of the box. What I would do is mark which box is actually, which panel's the top, and I'd mark it in pencil. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw a 1/2 inch triangle, shushed, a 1/2 inch from the edge rectangle, and then we're going to cut it. So where is my ruler? Things walk in this house, I'm telling you. So let's see, 1/2 inch is there. Now I will rub this out. So just do like so. 1/2 inch. Hope you're not seeing my messy hair. You know what? I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm just going to eyeball it. as long as you can see your product inside. No one's going to bother that you haven't measured it exactly. All they want to do is eat the sweeties out of it. So, there we go. Now what I'm going to do, I just hope my phone keeps recording enough for me to do this. Need a wee mat. This one will do. I've got a nice glass mat, but I'm not cutting on it, no way. Now, be very, very careful if you're using a craft knife. Now, the easiest option would be to pull out your big shot, find a suitable sized rectangle label die or such, and run it through your big shot. Obviously, it would need to take up to A4 size paper. I'm cutting my ruler, not the paper here. Oh, I like it when things come together. Everybody's making Christmas cards, so I thought I'll just make Christmas boxes. Now, I've not done that hard enough, so let me go over it again. I should have just pre-cut this. Can't even see that because I'm blooming half blind here. Oops. That's what happens when you cut your ruler and not the paper. Oh, that's better. But you know what? This is the kind of stuff that happens, so if I'm doing it, you'll probably do it. And everybody else will be doing it, so. Now, I'm just going to gently take that out. And you can run over it again with your scissors if there are any little squint bits. These craft knives are just a nightmare. But it's the only way I can do them. Now look, I've made it a bit funny, but so I'm just going to rub out the pencil marks. I shift my mat. Now this bit's a little bit squint. Let me just trim it slightly. I'll probably make it worse. Anyway, like I said, nobody's going to notice. So now you can see it coming together. It's nice, isn't it? So, what I need to do with the ruler I have just thrown away is measure my gap. Now, if I do 5.5 inches by 1 3/4. Let me write that down. 1 3/4. I'll cut the acetate to that size. I'll just grab a bit. Now, I'm just going to use a piece of recycled acetate that was out the front of a box package because, well, I like to recycle. But Stampin' Up do have the proper window sheets. Right, so let me make sure this is all square. Just trim it up a bit. Right, so what did I say? 5.5 by 1 3/4. Now, instead of cutting the whole bit down here, because I might need that bigger section later, this is a good thing about this trimmer because you can use the bottom half as well for the measurements. So, and then I can cut up the way. So, let me see, 1 3/4. There. And I still have a big chunk of acetate. Right, now, let me just make sure this is going to fit. And it is. Now, I wouldn't recommend using wet glue to adhere it down. I'm going to use double-sided tape, which is a lot faster. A lot faster. So just load it around your, whoops, window area carefully. Hang on, scrap that bit. like so. This is really easy to tear. Now I know a lot of people have difficulty pulling off the backing, but it needs to be, that just proves how sticky it is, so I wouldn't worry about that. I always use tweezers. So I do. Now, if I need to keep checking, make sure my video doesn't run out of memory, because I'm at 15 minutes already and I've hardly done anything. There we go. And I don't want to start, part 1 and part 2, because that's just annoying. Oh, come on. So, my recent order has been shipped and should be coming on Monday. Can't wait. Get some new stamps to play with. Okay, I'm just fixing this down and push really hard to make sure that it's not beveled. There we go. Looks like a little post box. Ooh. Right, now the next bit is I'm going to load it up with some DSP. Now, I've been using my scrap bits, so there's no more of this well, I do have another sheet, but I'm not going to cut it just for a sample. So I am going to use this lovely candy cane type striped veloured DSP from the Santa's Workshop range. Now, should I do bows? No, I'll do this on the outside because it's so fluffy. It's quite hard to adhere down, and it's too much a pretty paper to waste and hide it. So I'm going to cut. What you need is, when the box is like so, you need one bit for this side, one bit for that side, nothing on the bottom obviously, and 2 smaller bits of DSP for your box. What are they called? These bits that shut the box basically. Goodness. Right, so get the trimmer back out, and we're going to cut the longer bits for the side are going to be let me see, 5 3/4 by 1 3/4. So let's do this. So that's 5. Yeah, definitely it's 5 3/4. And again, I'm just going to part cut it like this. But do whatever you feel easiest with, because I don't want it to just be confusing you, because I confuse myself a lot anyway. So if I confuse myself, I'm confusing you. Now see, you never know when you need this other bit, so that's me doing my bit for the environment and not wasted. Will I do a different... No, you know what? I'm not saving the environment because I actually need to cut some more of this. Or you know what? I'm going to cut something else. I think I will cut some presents out. So let me trim. Hang on. So let me just cut off these little half bits. Now I want 1 1/2, did I say? No, 1 3/4. So I'll manage to get this wee guy on one side. Let me do it upside down. 1 3/4. Hope you can see my... Oh, see, that's better, and I'll stick him on the side. And I will... You know what, I'm just going to cut the other bit as well. So let me see. Let me cut. God, see, now I'm confusing myself. I'll cut him out. Yeah. Don't do it the difficult way like I am. I told you I get confused easily. I had this all practiced. All practiced. Right, so try again. Right, so 1 3/4 is here. Now it doesn't matter that he's not quite in the centre, because, like I say, people are going to be most interested in the sweeties. So, isn't that cute? Now I will use the reverse of this, so I'll put that to the side. Right, so punch board away, not punch board, trimmer away. Right, now for the box. So, like I say, put it like this, and you know that's your bottom half. So I'm going to adhere the DSP now to each of the panels. Now I'm going to use this, my favourite glue, the Tombow glue. Now this, I didn't realise how good and how sticky this was until I got it all over my hands earlier. So be very careful. Just centre that. Press it down. Attach the other one. Would have been quite nice having that, but I do like the candy cane style stripes. So because I don't have any little figures on this bit of DSP, I will maybe use something slightly different out of the Memories and More card pack. Now, important note is, this is the top of the box. It doesn't matter for the sides because it's not patterned. But these ones, you need to make sure that the image is facing out the way, so when it's upright, it's straight. On my first box, I done one upside down. And that doesn't look very great, so check before you glue it. Right, come on, Trisha. Oh, aren't they lovely? Lovely, lovely. And this one. Great. Now while they're drying, I am going to quickly snip off a slight triangle off each of the flaps here, but not taking it right down because you want a little bit there to be able to hold the other part of the lid. Like, see what I mean? My hands don't work, but perseverance. Terrible, can't even use a pair of scissors these days. And the other side. And this side. How cold is it? It's freezing up here in Scotland. Frozen. No. Right, so get rid of the rubbish. And make sure I'm still recording. Yes, I am. And let's see. So this is when I got it all over my hands. So I would recommend, if you've got 12 by 12 paper you're wanting to use, cut it from that so you get the bigger bit for securing the box together. So I'm just going to press firmly for a little bit. Make sure it's not going anywhere. Right, so let's try. Now, I rounded the corners on the other box and it didn't shut properly, so again I'm just going to put a little, tiny little triangle, don't know if you can see that, off the edges of the little tucky in bit, like so, and it should work. Oh, that's much better. So secure. Now, what I'm going to do, because these came out in my last box, what I had to do is, if you put glue dots in the bottom, because there is a little bit of room in here for it to move upside down and the wrong way round, so it's not going anywhere now. Let's just close the other side. See how quick this glue is? It's great. It's just me that my fingers aren't working. Oh, excuse me. Come on, get in. Now, maybe take a little bit more off. Yeah, I've not cut that side as good. Little by little. You're better making mistakes because then you'll not do them second time, hopefully. Unless you're me. There. How lovely is that? Now, what I want to do is, I have got some pre-cut images of another bit of scrap paper. So, I'm going to stick these two wee guys on. Like so. How cute. How cute. Now, I'm just going to put a little bit around here so he sticks in the corner. Like I say, it's good glue, so he's not going anywhere. Like so. Same with this little guy. Oops, daisy. I'll put him in the corner slightly. How cute. How cute. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll show you the memories and more pack. This is it here. Santa's Workshop. I have made lots of stuff. I mean, lots of cards. And I've still got all of this left. Now, I'm not going to overuse it because I don't know if it'll be here next year. And I want to use some of this for myself next year. Right, so let's have a wee look at the stickers here. I think because of the candy cane kind of theme paper, I think, I don't know. I think I'll put a candy cane. Decisions up in this corner. Yeah, that'll do. And yeah, do I want anything else? There's lots of lovely glittery things in here. I might use December 25th here. A cute little flag. Oh, how cute is that? Fabulous. Still recording? Yep. Oh, this is my longest video yet. It's going to take hours to upload because it always films upside down for some silly reason. Right, now you want a really big bit of twine or string. Now this is Garden Green Baker's twine. You get loads on the roll. I've used lots of this as well, and there's still so much more. Now the quality of this is really good. It's not your, like the cheap stuff you get at Poundland and whatnot. So what you want to do is decide where you're going to tie it on the top, because we're going to wrap it like a parcel. So I don't want to put it here on top of the figures. I'll put it to the left slightly. So what you want to do is lift it up, cross it over and pull it, not too tight. Make sure. And what I'll do is, once it's tied, I will tuck it under the wee guy there. Now what I like to do, if my fingers work, is put the string under the side like so. And it's so much easier just to tie a little knot then. So, whoops, don't do this, like that. Tie a little messy bow, doesn't need to be super pretty. That's cute. Now let me trim this a bit, don't need it overhanging. Now I'm going to, where's my little tweezers? I'm just going to pull this guy up and put the rope underneath. There we go, it's underneath both of them, isn't that cute? And there we have it, easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. So I hope you have a wee shot at this. I love this. This Santa's Workshop suite so much that I don't think I'm going to give any of it away. I'm just going to keep it. Oh. I'll eat the chocolates, obviously. Right, okay, blog will be up shortly, but this is only available, this suite, until the 2nd of January. Everybody will already be ordering to get the last of that stock. The inventory levels are very, very low. I'm lucky I managed to get another packet of this, the DSP, and I've got plenty of the coordinating cards, so that's smashing. Yeah, so if you like this sweet as much as I do, I would definitely recommend ordering some. Okay, remember, sign up as one of my customers. Details over at my blog, SmithsCraftyCreations.com. Ta-da!